Waiting in the Silence, the audio drama, based on the novel by Rosalind Byrne. Episode 1, Leaving.
I've been found guilty by the obstetrical court on all 3 charges. First, that I impregnated outside of standard protocols, putting my child at risk for random, uncontrolled characteristics. Second, that I refused fetal monitoring and interventions. And third, that I stole Connor's sperm to self-impregnate. They've scheduled my baby for retrieval tomorrow morning. Assessments will be made. If anything at all is wrong, I will be deemed a neglectful gestator, lose my fertility rights, and be denied access to my child. The judge says they will immobilize my womb and sell the eggs they've already taken out of me. This is what VISHNEW decrees. I can't risk it. I'll deliver this baby on my own. Then I'll find somewhere to go, some way to keep us safe. Disconnect me.
Denied. Incorrect command.
Disconnect command needed, please.
Are you asking to deactivate your connection, Oriana?
Yes, I am.
Kindly swipe your hand to confirm. Signal unreadable. Iris imprint required. Disconnection denied. Personal settings locked. Unauthorized command from Oriana Rotch.
Of course. How could I be so stupid? Never mind. I know what to do.
Oriana grips the thin wire inside her mouth, tugging on the knotted end that connects the transceiver from the roof of her mouth to her inner ear.
Oh God, that hurts. Ugh.
She pulls off the casing that fits tightly over her rear molars and yanks the implant out from underneath.
Personal connection compromised. Alert. Personal connection compromised.
Thank you. Alert acknowledged. Oh.
The security system quiets. The master panel stops flashing. Oriana backs out of the control room and heads for the front door of her home, bumping right into her mate. She's in even deeper trouble if Connor figures out what she's just done.
What's going on? Are you going somewhere?
I'm feeling nauseous.
If you're nauseous, then medicate!
Fresh air is the best medicine for me right now.
Retrieval is scheduled for tomorrow morning. You need to be resting.
What I need is a quiet walk in the fresh air.
Okay, then I insist on going with you. And you should wear the chameleon coat I gave you. It's designed to adjust as needed to keep you warm.
Okay, I'll wear it, but I need time to be alone, Connor.
Whatever. I don't get you, Oriana. And I don't even care anymore.
Connor plops down on his personal chair, pulls his hood over his head, and embarks on a personal, virtual adventure.
Oh, these shoes have sensors. I'll have to go barefooted. What am I doing? Where can I go? There's not much time left.
As Oriana reaches Nantucket's historic Main Street, dusk fades into darkness. Silhouettes of tree limbs, widows' walks, and wrought iron lanterns line the cobblestone street. A figure, seemingly of a man, and illuminated by a dim streetlight, raises an arm as if trying to get Oriana's attention. His coat collar is pulled up around his neck, the brim of his hat pulled down over his forehead, covering his eyebrows. His face, chin, mouth, nose, all are wrapped in a scarf, his eyes peeking out and barely visible.
Good evening, Oriana. Chilly this evening, isn't it?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Never mind about who I am.
Your voice sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Wow, look at your coat. What a beautiful pattern is forming on it, like the fur of a harbor seal.
Oriana slides her hands into her pockets. The peculiar man moves a bit too close for comfort, and Oriana steps back.
Don't be afraid. You're safe with me.
I wouldn't be afraid if I could see your face and your eyes.
The man takes hold of her arm.
Let's find somewhere we can talk. We need to discuss your pregnancy.
Why? What do you know about my pregnancy? Let go of me!
Ow! Damn it! That hurt. Will you at least tell me where you are going?
Why would I?
Grabbing her from behind, he clutches her shoulders, puts his gloved hand over her mouth, and moves them out from under direct light onto the street.
Let go of me!
I'd never hurt you. I'm only asking you to tell me where you are going.
I'll be fine. The hovercraft will be here soon, and the security bots will swoop down and take this man away.
Island security isn't sensing the threat to her because Oriana has demolished her VISHNEW connection and removed her shoes.
Please, let go. Really, I'm in a hurry.
Okay, but look.
He pulls off a glove, holding his hand right up in front of her face. Even in the dim light, she can tell that there's no VISHNEW circuitry embedded in his palm.
What? You're not connected? How can that be? Where are you from?
It's obvious what you've done. Are you in any pain?
He places his thumb at Oriana's lips, gently wiping away the blood that has trickled into the corner of her mouth. And Oriana fails to notice the complexion of his skin.
You haven't told me who you are or why you have stopped me like this. How do you know about my pregnancy?
Lights come on inside the Center for Techno-Medical Supplies. Oriana puts a quieting finger to her mouth, and the man nods in agreement.
What do you want with me?
There are things you don't know. Things you need to know.
Why are you hiding your identity? You can't hide. VISHNEW is everywhere, and it sees everything.
I know, but VISHNEW is not my concern at the moment. My concern is you, and we need to get out of you.
I am not going anywhere with you. Get away from me and leave me alone.
Have it your way, Oriana.
Intending to get away from whoever this is, and in search of a place to hide, Oriana runs, her bare feet stinging from the cold, hard cobblestones of Main Street. A feral creature scurries along the curb, crouched low to the ground, its head jutted forward as it sniffs for something to eat. The crabbit catches Oriana's gaze and stiffens. Scaly patches of pink skin and wisps of flaxen fur cover its crooked back. The droopy ears and angry, pinched face of the chimera threaten to attack. Slowly, it crawls in her direction.
Scat! You ugly excuse for a cat.
She grabs a handful of pebbles and hurls them at its face. As Oriana passes by the historic structures that once belonged to Nantucket's whaling captains, she glances over her shoulder to assure she's not being followed. When she reaches Pine Street, she turns onto Lucretia Mott Lane, cutting through the side yard of an ivy-covered house and passing through an unlocked garden gate. The dim glow of islanders' hoods offers her enough luminance as she makes her way through the yard and onto Fair Street. A figure emerges from the dimness, a woman wearing a wide-brimmed hat, ankle-length dress, and a shawl across her shoulders.
You must be freezing out here without a coat.
The figure fades away. Oriana looks up into a nearby tree, and the large eyes of a barn owl look back at her. An abandoned building sits just beyond the tree. Faded text inscribed into its white clapboard siding reads, "Number 7 Fair Street, erected by the Society of Friends, 1838.
They'll never look for me in here.
She reaches through the kudzu vines that have grown over the entry of that building, feeling for the front door. She spreads the tangled growth, its hairy, dried seed pods brushing her face. The frigid metal doorknob is in her grasp. The air inside the meeting house is stagnant and dank, sending a chill into her lungs. As her eyes adjust to the darkness, she takes in the room that was once the gathering place for the Quakers. Its whale oil lanterns are still mounted on white-paneled walls, wooden benches assembled neatly in rows. The facing bench still at the front, where esteemed elders would sit during meeting for worship. All is utterly plain. Even the windows are bare of trim. She lowers herself onto an oak bench, relieved for the isolation, until the stark reality of her situation dawns on her. Feeling pressure building inside her pelvis, she slips her hands inside her coat, placing them on her broad, round belly. She gently rubs what seems to be a heel pressing underneath her navel.
What must I have been thinking, leaving home on a night like this, and especially in this condition? Shh, little one, don't worry. Everything will work out. Somehow.
Rocking from side to side, she considers her predicament, the judge's decree that her baby be perfectly formed, and her mate's threats if it is not.
What have I done?
The rising moon reaches its full height of the night, its glow pouring white light into the upper windows of the meeting house. Oriana's imagination takes hold. The year is 1840, and seating all around her are the silent faithful, seeking the inner light.
What am I doing here?
She stands, stretching out her stiffened back, then bends over, trying to relieve a sensation of pinching and cramping. A shock wave of pain rips through her pelvis. Grimacing, she lowers herself to the ground. When the labor pains subside, she stretches out on the floor, curled under her warm coat. There, Oriana begins to doze, and her mind turns to the sweetness of childhood memories.
so beautiful here.
Oh!
Granddad,
Dad, are you
okay?
Nah, I'm fine.
Standing up, brushing himself off, Granddad takes hold of Oriana's hand and the three continue to trudge over stones and sand until they get to a clearing.
No! It's in ruins! I can't bear to see it like this. Let's go. Take me home.
Come on, Dad. It's not that bad.
The hell it isn't. And what would you know? You were a mere child when the great storms hit. You have no idea what it was like here before. When I was a boy, I used to come to this same wildlife preserve with my own father. Back then, there were lots of plants, like bayberry, beach plum, heather, and beach grasses. There were sand dunes, too.
This was once the largest red cedar savanna and woodland in New England. Gray and harbor seals lived in these waters when Granddad was a boy, Oriana.
That's a lot of stuff to be gone.
I thought you'd be happy to come here. I'm afraid it's making you sad instead.
But Papa, Granddad doesn't get sad. Remember? He's Vishnu connected.
Thanks for the reminder, Oriana.
Hey, Granddad, what are you doing over there?
Watching, that's what. I'm on the lookout. Come on over and help me, why don't you?
Watching for what?
Used to be that about this time of year, dolphins would play out there in the surf. I was swimming right out there once, when they came.
Did they play with you, Granddad?
Sure did. Yup.
Granddad stands, grabs the child's waist, and lifts her to a standing position on top of a nearby boulder.
Way out there, near that driftwood. See it?
Nope. I don't see anything drifting out there.
I was out beyond the sandbar, messing around, doing flips. And wouldn't you know it, a pair of fins broke the surface right by my left side. Scared the bejeebers out of me. For a moment, they looked like sharks.
Well, were they sharks, Granddad?
I'll tell you what they were. A pod of dolphins, that's what.
Oriana stares up at Granddad's face, hoping for some indication that he is having a happy birthday.
You know, dolphins would come right up to you if you dive under the water.
Did they, Granddad? Did they come right up to you?
Well, I swam over to where I'd seen them come up and dropped under the surface. Seemed at first they'd gone back out to sea. I'll tell you one thing. I sure wasn't going to take any chances of losing sight of the direction they went, in case they came back. I stayed right where I was, under the water, coming up for air only when I had to.
Whoa!
All of a sudden, 3 of them came barreling right towards me. I tell you, one was looking right straight in my eyes. Even though their eyes are on the side of their heads, I could tell that one was looking at me.
Ooh, then what happened, Granddad?
Well now, would you believe that the pod started swimming circles around me? I was working so damn hard to stay under the water that I sort of got confused. Couldn't tell whether those dolphins were over or under me.
Papa stands from the boulder he's on, rubs his sore backside, and places his hands in his pockets. This is a story he's heard many times.
What did you do then, Dad?
Well, as I said, I was struggling to stay under, holding my breath long enough to get a good look at them. I reached out to touch the one that was hanging right in front of my face. The one that was looking at me, you know? But by golly, before I could get a touch, the whole lot of them was turning to swim away.
So then what happened?
Went up to the surface, that's what, and snatched a quick breath of air. Don't you know that by the time I flipped back down under the water, The dolphins were completely out of sight.
Oh no! Where did they go, Granddad?
Can't say exactly. I sure was disappointed to lose them. I'll tell you one thing. I was ready to swim with those dolphins to anywhere they were going.
Can I see the dolphins playing in the ocean?
Of course, you can watch dolphins under your hood when we get home. You can even play with them under there.
Well, that's different. I mean, really see dolphins. In the real ocean.
Nah, I'm done here. I'll be in the car. No need to hurry yourselves. I'll be fine till you come.
Come on, Papa. Let's find Granddad a birthday present from the sea.
Make it something nice, like a starfish or oyster shell, would ya?
Papa slips his feet out of his sandals and follows his only child into the shallow water of the outgoing tide. A small wave breaks at their ankles.
What's that over there, Papa?
Kelp, Oriana. You know that.
No, not that, Papa. That!
A sealed pouch entangled in a mass of brown seaweed bobs on the surface of the water. Oriana squats to get a better look at the suspicious object, pulling it out from the vegetation and taking it in her hands and holding it up for him to see.
No, don't touch that. Throw it back, Oriana.
Papa, you said never to throw anything into the ocean. Remember, Papa? Anything we throw in the sea will come back to haunt us. That's what you always say.
It was already in the ocean, Oriana, along with other sorts of techno-medical waste. Put your shoes back on and let's go. We're getting out of here.
What about a gift for Granddad? We haven't found anything for him yet.
Now, forget about that. We're going home.
The October sun falls swiftly over the southwest horizon of Nantucket. The rutted, potholed road is even harder to walk in the dusk than when they first set out on their trek to the shore. Oriana tries to keep up as best she can, following her father back to the car.
Papa, what was that I found back there in the water?
Well, Oriana, a female body contains a very special organ called a womb. You have one.
Papa gently pats Oriana on the lower side of her belly.
Some babies live in the womb inside a woman's body until they've grown enough to be born. Some do not. They live in a womb outside of the mother.
When I was a baby, did I grow inside or outside of Mama's womb?
Well, you developed inside Mama's uterus, Ori.
Uterus?
Uterus. That's another word for womb. The place where the mother keeps her baby safe while it grows. It's a place with warm fluids to protect the fetus, where it's fed and cared for while it's developing into a fully termed baby.
Well, anyway, Papa, you don't have to tell me the rest because I know all about the retrieval.
It's pronounced retrieval, Oriana. What do you know about that?
I know there's two kinds of retrievals, the egg one and the baby one.
I don't know where you learned about that, but if I have anything to do with it, you'll never experience either of them.
But what was that I found in the water, Papa? And why did you tell me to throw it back?
That was an artificial uterus, sealed inside a specially designed pouch. The pouches are grown in the molecular foundry for babies who grow outside of their mothers in the temple.
A pouch? Oh, like a kangaroo.
Well, yeah, that's right. The techno-medical engineers who designed it were inspired by the kangaroo, Ori.
Well, where is the mother who had that pouch I found inside of her, Papa?
Oh, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That pouch was never in its mother's body. None of them are. The baby grows in the pouch, is kept in the temple until it's ready to be retrieved.
Well, when I grow up and get a baby, I want it to live in the uterus inside my body, and not in a kangaroo pouch in the ocean.
Well, that would be best, Oriana, and it would make me proud. I only wish you could conceive your babies on your own, Oriana, but it's simply not possible under Vishnu.
Conceive? What's that?
It's something that happens in the fertility clinic to make babies. We can discuss more about that some other time.
Father and daughter arrive back at the place where the car was parked. The vehicle is gone.
Where in the hell?
Papa snatches a glimpse of the vehicle's shiny surface further up the road.
I guess I forgot to secure the brakes. The wind must have pushed it along. That's one thing I hate about these damned ultralights.
Oriana takes off running, heading for the car and her grandfather.
Granddad, guess what I found?
But Granddad is nowhere in sight.
Where is he, Papa?
Oh no, not again. This is terrible. Poor Dad.
But where is Granddad, Papa?
Gone, obviously.
How come?
It must be Vishnu, Ori. There's no other explanation.
No! That can't be! We must look for him, that's all. Maybe he got lost. Maybe he fell into the water. Come on, Papa. Let's go back and find him before it gets dark.
No, we are going home.
Oriana pushes against her father's buttocks, grunting and panting in the attempt to move him along.
Pull yourself together, Ori. We're leaving now. There's nothing we can do.
She lurches her foot squarely against Papa's calf.
Damn it, Ori, that hurt.
Papa grabs Oriana by the shoulders, lifting her off the ground. The car doors unlock at their approach and open wide. Papa places his daughter on the front of the passenger seat.
Don't worry, Ori. Granddad is probably fine. He's Vishnu connected, remember? Maybe an indicator got triggered and the technomedics came for Granddad to make some kind of adjustment for him.
The lovely girl with soft green eyes looks straight ahead and takes a deep breath. With cheeks puffed out, eyes wide and bulging, she resists the impulse to breathe for a full 47 seconds. Oriana's tawny brown cheeks turn bright red. Finally, her pursed mouth gives way to a burst of warm air and soft spit.
Too bad you didn't pass out this time.
Who is Vishnu anyway?
Vishnu is a mystery, Ori. No one really knows who or what it is.
But where is it? I have never seen Vishnu.
No one has. It can't be seen.
Sort of like air, I guess? Huh, Papa?
Sort of, only very powerful.
You mean like the winds of the great storms that knocked down houses and pulled up trees?
Well, even more powerful than that. Try to imagine an invisible, enormous brain that knows everything and controls what people can do and can't do, but it's hidden so no one can see it.
Vishnu scares me, Papa.
Yeah, me too, Ori. It scares me too.
Narration by Rosalind Byrne. Voices for Episode 1 performed by Larry Goldstein, William Prendle, Christina Reed, and William Savage. Recordings by WTJU Studio in Charlottesville, Virginia. Produced by Book Publishing Pros and Savage Voices. Music by Jamie Sieber, I Carry You.